like to supercharge your slumber? All right, well, let's get the party started. All right, so here's a really powerful quote. I just want to start off with this. With my background in functional nutrition, one of the pillars is sleep. And we talk about it in a way that is so critical, and it's really a non-negotiable. It's the golden chain that binds our health and body together. I want you to think about that. Now, did you know that humans can actually survive longer without food than sleep? But life without the internet, maybe that's not comparable, right? All right, so all jokes aside, if you're in more need of pillow time, you're not alone. Millions of people are actually dealing with the same challenge. They need more sleep, and it's becoming so common that it's the new normal. But not getting enough sleep isn't something you can relax about. It's actually considered a growing unmet health problem by the Institute of Medicine. So let's take a closer look at this. How much sleep is actually necessary? You know, we're all at different stages of life, and depending on that, you could see we require different amounts of sleep based on our age. In our infancy and in our teen years, we're going through major growth spurts, so our demand for sleep is, of course, increased. Now, as you mature, you'll notice that we kind of fall in the range of, anywhere from 7 to 9 hours for adults. How many of you feel you're actually getting quality sleep, and maybe around that 7 to 8 hour mark? I'd love to see some hands. Here's the thing though, not all sleep is quality sleep. You can see that there's different stages of sleep. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and 4, and then we of course have our REM, which is the deepest sleep. Okay, and the issue with not getting more than that considered, let's say, that 6 to 7 to 8 hour window is that typically we're not getting enough of the deep sleep because our body needs to go through these stages, and within these stages we're getting about, let's say, 4 cycles based on the research, and within those 8 hours is how you're going to make sure you are getting the right amount of quality sleep. All right, so now what happens if we're not getting quality sleep? What are some of the negative impacts? Okay, so here's a list. I know this looks really long. However, I want you to just take a minute and look at it. Okay, can you relate? Is anything on this list maybe speaking to you? How are your stress levels? If we're not getting quality sleep, guess what? This is that really horrible cycle that begins from your cortisol levels increasing, which then impacts your sleep, which then, of course, if you're not sleeping well, and then your stress levels, of course, continue to increase. So it's almost like the death cycle, they call it, all right? Also, your growth hormones affected negatively. Serotonin and dopamine levels decrease and don't replenish. And of course, that's gonna impact your mood, right? Blood sugar is impacted negatively, which then, of course, has a negative impact on your weight gain and your metabolism. How about our motor skills and our memory and our ability to learn? We can't think, we can't focus. You might even notice that you're feeling more anxious and irritable, chronic headaches, and your immune system is suppressed. And last but not least, it will decrease your libido. All right, I want to show you guys something. This is a really powerful image. You may want to take a quick picture of it because I want you to think about this as you decide to honor yourself and your health and your sleep patterns. On the left, you'll see the healthy clock, on my right is your healthy clock, and on my left is the disruptive clock, okay? And as you can see, what we just spoke about is going to either support you in a way that's gonna honor your healthy clock and how your system is going to function, or on the left side, you're going to experience everything that you see in the picture of the disruptive clock. All right, so either, you're either honoring one or the other. We're gonna get into the circadian rhythm a little bit as well, once we discuss how huge of an issue this is actually all over the world. Okay, so these are some statistics, and you can see based on the global numbers, it's pretty insane to know that this is how many people in the world are dealing with sleep issues. 62% of people around the world are dealing with sleep issues. All right, so that's a really high number. I have a feeling if you look to the person to either your left or your right, maybe ask them, how's your sleep quality? Okay, also, yeah, right, it's interesting. It's definitely pretty outrageous to see how many of us. Now, right here in the US, insomnia, between 50 and 70 million people right here in the US are dealing with insomnia. And then when we look at it from a global level, we're talking about 237 million people throughout the world. Now, what was our goal with USANA? How many families, how many lives do we want to impact? How many? 1 million? Okay. We have 237 million people that are dealing with sleep challenges or insomnia. Do you think we can help them?
Yes.
I think so. So yesterday, how exciting. How many of you are excited about the new Revolve products?
Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh, I had no clue. And then now to see how this is going to come together so beautifully with everything that Jess and Ashley shared regarding the circadian rhythm. And I don't have to really go through this through all of this, but I do want you guys just to take a closer look, because we talked about the healthy clock and the disrupted clock. And it's so important to understand this rhythm. It's so important to honor this rhythm, the wake and sleep cycles. All right? If you look closely, you can see that by 9 p.m., serotonin begins to secrete. How many of you start the shutting down sort of process or your evening rituals around 9 p.m.? Can I see hands? Okay. So think about this. There is a very specific rhythm to how our body and our systems function. And you are going to experience such optimal health if we can tap into this. All right, so here are a number of things that can actually disrupt this cycle. All right, when we talk about stress, anybody in the room have stress? What about maybe working night shifts? Maybe some of you are working night shifts, or we've all traveled to be here. How many of you are feeling maybe a bit of an impact from the different time zones? Right? Artificial lighting. Okay, I know we've probably all spoken about this and shared so much with the impact of the LED lights or the blue light coming from our devices, our smartphones, our electronic devices, right? How is that impacting us? All alcohol, or of course drug consumption and age. One of the things that joins age is, of course, the natural decline of melatonin levels, which of course will then possibly disturb your sleep pattern. Now, there's more that's going to come with that, but before we go there, I do want to talk about some tips that are going to help you supercharge. Now again, there's a lot up here, so I don't want to overwhelm you, but maybe what you can do is consider taking a few from the list and begin incorporating it into your evening routine or into your slumber ritual. How many of you sleep in a cool environment? Okay, the research shows that you want to keep the environment cool and anywhere within that 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Sleep in darkness. One of my dear partners and friend ladies, she always travels with her little sleep mask and her earplugs, right? Also, avoid caffeine late in the day. And if you're really challenged with sleep, I would highly suggest to cut it off by noon. Alcohol, that's something else you may want to avoid. Heavy meals at night. Stick to a schedule. How many of you find that if you're not on a good sleep routine, it almost throws your body into a mini jet lag, right? So it's really important to have that routine at night. All right, consider maybe some massage. How many of you would enjoy a massage before shutting down, right? And then meditation to relax the body. Journaling. You might want to start journaling. If your mind is busy and if it's going and you're constantly thinking about what needs to be done the next day, and, or maybe there's things you just need to dump and get out of your system or off of your spiritual, conscious. Put it in writing, journal it, and that way at least you're going into a nice state of calm and peace before you shut down. Nutritional supplements, therapeutics. We're going to talk about some of my favorites that are going to support us. And last but not least, like I said, we really want to be mindful and intentional about turning off devices and limiting all of that blue light and all of the technology that is going to impact your sleep at least an hour before bed. All right? Also, you may want to consult with your doctor and assess for sleep disorders, okay? If there's anything going on with maybe something such as sleep apnea, you want to speak to a sleep specialist, or snoring. Anybody in the room have a partner maybe that snores? All right? Something to keep in mind. Your mattress and pillow as well play a role, so get that checked out, and anything that is inducing or increasing your stress levels needs to be addressed. All right, so again, what doesn't sleep affect? It is so foundational, and again, a non-negotiable really when we talk about functional medicine or functional nutrition. And you can see the benefits of quality sleep are huge. Everything from restoring your body, is going to support the immune function. We're going to see that you're going to wake up and glow because your tissue repairs, also joint and muscle, healthy muscle growth, your fitness recovery, your cardiovascular health, and of course, maintaining healthy blood glucose levels, right? Your blood sugar, appetite, healthy weight, and of course, our food choices. Believe it or not, sleep has a big impact on that. Your cognitive function, your memory, your mood, your vision, all of these things, and so much more is impacted by quality sleep. All right? So let's dive into some of my favorite nutritional supplements and therapeutics that are going to support you in occasional periods of stress and promote healthy sleep at night. Here, I like to call these kind of like our superheroes in the sleep category and in the calm categories. We've got our Pure Rest, our Mineral Calm, and our Stress Relief. All right, so let's start with our Mineral Calm. How many of you have been using Mineral Calm? All right, okay, so here are some specific ways Mineral Calm supports healthy sleep. First off, we're going to optimize muscle relaxation. We are going to support healthy neurotransmitters. You're going to notice a feeling of calmness come over you with this. Okay, and also, of course, a healthier state of mind. Now, this is best served warm as part of your evening ritual or evening routine, and approximately 30 to 45 minutes before bed. This is also awesome before a workout, guys. If you are exercising and you want to just, again, get those muscles nice and relaxed, this is awesome for that. All right, so also what you want to do is just add one rounded teaspoon of this, which is about approximately 5 grams, to a small amount of warm water. Allow it to effervescence, it's going to bubble, give it a nice stir, and then continue to add the warm water until you reach the flavor intensity that you enjoy, that you like. All right? Okay, next, Pure Rest. Okay, master hormone over here. This is all about helping you ease into rest and repair. All right, this is of course really key in supporting the natural wake and sleep cycles that we were just talking about, the circadian rhythm. It's going to support your body's own natural antioxidants. Now, think about that. Pure Rest, melatonin, is incredibly powerful as a free radical scavenger. That's amazing, right? Most of us maybe think of this as just a way to support our sleep, but it's actually helping address all of the inflammation and free radicals that are a byproduct just of our day in and day out activities. All right, it's also going to allow for you to experience relief. Relief of occasional sleeplessness, and at least you're going to want to make sure that you're taking this at least 5 hours before you need to wake up. So you're not going to take this if you only have 4 hours to sleep. It's probably not ideal. All right. Lastly, each tablet's about 2 milligrams. All right, and you'll notice it's serrated, and you can actually break it right down the middle, which is really easy. If you want to dose it at a milligram to start with, maybe a lower dose, and slowly increase your dosage as needed. And you just put it right under your tongue, sublingual. All right. Now, something you may want to consider if you want to boost your melatonin, you can also do that from plant-based sources. You can try adding tomatoes, olives, walnuts, strawberries to your diet. Or some of you maybe are familiar. You've heard of tryptophan, which is an essential amino acid. Your body uses this to make melatonin, and tryptophan is found in eggs or turkey, poultry, dairy products, chickpeas, and almonds as well. All right, just something to keep in mind. Now, I just want to make sure everyone knows if you are taking melatonin or amazing pure rest, it's important not to drive or operate any type of machinery when taking this. And then number 3, our stress relief formula. This is such a powerhouse trifecta of nutrients and adaptogens. So we're going to support your emotional and mental well-being with this. It's going to help with the body's ability to adapt to normal and occasional stress. You're also going to find that it's going to improve your sense of well-being. It's going to improve the sense of calmness, center your disposition, and of course, support a healthy emotional response. Okay, so the trifecta that we're talking about is the adaptogens that include saffron, lemon balm, and ashwagandha. Now, many of you are probably very familiar with ashwagandha, but let's start with saffron. How many of you know what the sunshine vitamin is? Yell it out at me. Guess what saffron is? The sunshine spice. Okay, and this will help support, again, the feelings of calmness that we were talking about. It's going to maintain a balance of important neurotransmitters that we were discussing earlier, and it's also going to aid in processes that support the management of mild stress and tension. And then lemon balm. So lemon balm has been used forever. It's actually been found in foods in the traditional medicine of Europe and the Middle East for more than 2,000 years. I love that we've incorporated that alongside of the saffron, and then of course our ashwagandha, which displays antioxidant activity, supporting the brain and keeping it healthy with a proper brain function, and of course healthy levels of neurotransmitters that we were discussing, the dopamine, the serotonin, and addressing higher levels of cortisol that may be a result of your stress or, again, lack of sleep. So what you want to do is you want to take 1 tablet of stress relief daily, twice daily, and preferably with food. All right, so again, these 3 are going to work so incredibly well with our new amazing Revolve line. I'm so excited about this new program and how we're going to launch it out. And I really want to encourage you all. I really want to call you forward. And actually, consider this beautiful quote your call to action. Let her sleep, or let him sleep, for when he or she wakes, she or he will move mountains. How many of you feel that way when you wake up in the morning? If you've had a great night's rest, you're ready to move mountains, right? And I believe with the amount of people out there dealing with these challenges, these sleep challenges, 200, what was the number, guys? Do you remember? 237 million? I think there's a lot of people out there that are going to see a really positive benefit from what we can share. And I just want to share this with you guys as my USANA family. You know, I really believe that every single one of us, we were chosen to be here. It wasn't by accident, it wasn't coincidence. I really believe you were chosen. And we have this amazing opportunity, we have this amazing gift, this amazing blessing that we can share with everybody out there. So please, go out there, share. Dr. Wentz's vision is truly the greatest gift, and there is nothing more important than our health, and I'm so grateful that I get to be part of the healthiest family in the world. Please follow me at Elisa Graci on Instagram so I could share more with you and we could support each other. It has been my honor and my privilege to be here with you today. Thank you.
This concludes the Friday session of USANA.